for the best of national, local, international news and sport. Tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
It's exactly 9 a.m. A very beautiful morning to you, and thank you for joining us in today's edition of the News Sponge, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry. This is where we bring you the trending stories across the globe. My name is Bisola Oduwole Suleiman, and here are the stories making the waves across the world. In Nigeria, the federal government will today commence the evacuation of about 5,500 Nigerians, including students stranded in Khartoum and other cities in Sudan. To facilitate the repatriation, the government has released 150 million naira for hiring 40 buses to convey its desperate citizens from Sudan to Cairo in Egypt. The money was paid to an undisclosed transport company on Tuesday by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Money laundering. Counsel for the EFCC, Rotimi Oyedepo SAN, told Justice Daniel Osiago of the Federal High Court in Lagos that this move became necessary following the last week's judgment of the Court of Appeal Lagos Division, which quashed the charges. Oyedepo said that in view of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, all exhibits and documents tendered by the prosecution from his family and activists. His family said they had been given Tangajaru's death certificate. Anti-death penalty campaigner Kirsten Han wrote on Twitter. A spokesperson for the country's prison service said that the sentence had been carried out at Changi prison in the island's east. A judge found that he was using a phone number that was communicating with Zebra's 3-0 victory against Cremonese last Sunday. The 27-year-old scored his first goal of the season in the encounter. The forward is now expected to miss Udinese's trip to Lis this weekend. He is also doubtful for the home clash against Napoli on May 2nd. And that's all we have for you on this morning's edition of the News Punch. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we take a look at the analysis of some of the major stories making the rounds. Just stay with us. We'll be right back.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. A very good morning to you once again. You're still tuned in and listening to Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilori, and you are welcome to the Diamond Breakfast Show. It's exactly 6 minutes gone past 9 a.m. and we're about to dive into some major stories and making the rounds and analyze them with our guest in the studio. My name is Bisola Oduwole Suleiman, and I also have with me Dr. Zil Olatunbosun Ogumake. He's an educationist, a public affairs analyst, and a social commentator. Good morning, Dr. Zil.
Good morning, ma.
All right, it's good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
All right, and then while we analyze the stories, you can also send in your reactions via WhatsApp or drop a comment on Facebook. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, Diamond FM Ilorin. Facebook is Diamond 88.7 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Or send us messages via text or WhatsApp 091 3655 6864. Let's quickly get into the stories for this morning. And the first story we're taking a look at is the report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC. It has released its global cocaine report for the year 2023. The report highlighted that Nigeria played a significant role in smuggling activities across West Africa and North Africa. This report is very, very worrying. Many countries have strict punishments for drug offenders, yet Nigerians continue to be involved in this illicit trade. Dr. Zil, can you give us a brief overview of the origin of this problem?
Well, when it comes to things like drugs, we have the positive and negative side to it.
Okay.
And in Nigeria, just like every other country, we also have same that you use it medically, and you also have the other illegal use. But when it is not for the right use, it is for the wrong use. That is where the problem is, because this time around we are talking about the wrong use.
Yes, illicit.
Which is often used as stimulants. And I want to tell you, when you talk about leadership, this is where this thing still falls back to leadership. Because when you have leaders who doesn't see drug abuse in secret now as bad, but in the open they talk about it as good and as wrong, there is no sincerity, because that is really the foundation. From beginning, this cocaine, it's actually derived from coca. There is a plant called coca. And this particular plant, you can actually get the part of it where it can be used in different ways, even in medical line, whereby for those, there are some doctors, medical doctors that actually treat patients. Maybe they want to operate them and they don't want them to feel pain in that part they want to operate. You make use of cocaine as part of what they actually, the injection, the syringe. There's a way they mix it, and then that part, the person won't feel it. They call it local anesthetic, and the person will not feel it. So that is for them to be able to achieve whatever treatment they want to do. That is just part of other things they also do. Then if you also look at it, they also have a way they put this cocaine also in some of the drugs in a very good way, based on the quantity needed only for it to achieve the treatment or the medical part of it, the medicinal part of it. But you now see that part is not just sufficient for us in this Nigeria. Some persons now go as far as using it the other way around, just for their physiology and nerves to work in a different way, and they start misbehaving. And that's why you see a lot of misbehavior in our society, because when these things are brought in, they are now brought
efforts into ensuring that we rid our society of this, but people still continue to engage in drug abuse. People still continue to engage in the sale of these illicit drugs. Why do you think we still have this problem? Because it's not like the government is not doing anything, but are you trying to say that it's not enough, their efforts are not enough, or it's not just deriving at the results that we want to get?
If you know me very well, you know I don't praise failure. I'm someone that if it is not the right thing, if you are doing something and what you are doing is even not yielding results, I can't be praising it. For example, the current NDLA boss, kudos to him as an individual and what he brought to the table. But say government, for me, no. Because the individual, the Alhaji Buba Marwa I know, even when he was a military governor in Lagos State, today we still refer to what, in fact, one of it is this Tekena Pep and all that. So that man on his own is really doing things there, though he was appointed by the government. But the truth is that as an individual, he can't do it alone. Because as we speak, even when some of them, with a lot of things the man achieved under this administration when he was actually brought there and he was appointed.
Right.
But I want to tell you, NDLEA alone with the current man cannot just do it, because even when they arrest, seize, what happened? That's where I'm going.
So how else can this be addressed? Because from the report, cocaine comes into Nigeria virtually through all major airports, land borders, seaports.
Yes.
So what else can we do as Nigerians?
Let's get serious. Let's stop this when you are not, let whatever we want to do, let it be complete. Let us be disciplined. Let us not bring in politics, religion, all these things to cover up some people and punish some people. Punish all. If somebody engage in cocaine or drug, let the person be punished. Don't try to cover up. When the issue of drugs or this cocaine thing came up, if it has to do with politicians, you know what they do now? They will want to cover it. They want to tell you. They can even talk about it to the point that they will make you look as if that happened in the past, whereby there is an evidence to show that something. We all hear what is going on in this country about politicians who have, in one way or the other, involved in drugs. How have they been punished? Other, we even want to make them to be whatever in this country. Where I'm going is that when it comes to issue of drug and drug substance or cocaine or whatever drugs, let Nigerians face it. Let there be punishment for all offenders, and let it be immediate. Not that they go to court today, or they even not talk about court cases. Let's really face it and let discipline take its course instantly. Whether you are a politician, you are not a politician, let there be total punishment for all offenders. That is what will happen. That's why you see that in some countries where there is total discipline, people don't mess up. For example, North Korea, you don't try nonsense there, because even as you are doing it, you either face death penalty, or you face what will put you in that will correct you forever. So that is what we need in Nigeria. One thing I discovered about this country is that when there is a punishment that's supposed to be people, offenders, are supposed to pass through, without begin to bring in sentiment. What political party does he belong? Where is he coming from? How has he been to our government? Does he praise our government? Does he do this? Does he do? Those are the things. So we are not serious about punishing the offenders.
All right, so we should have stricter punishment.
Stricter punishment.
Offenders. All right, we'll be back to talk about this. Do stay with us. It is still the Diamond Breakfast Show, and you can send in your reactions via WhatsApp or text 091 3655 6864. We'll be back.
Welcome to Confidence Microfinance Bank Limited. Which one you want among all these are partnership opportunities? We do for our customers. Share SME loan. We do for small scale and small businesses them from 500,000 naira and above, or quick loan will be sharp loan for workers with the collect salary. Short term loan day, overdraft day, and asset acquisition where if you take buy property where you go to pay back small self tanda ayua loan day for market men and women demo we then go to pay back like daily, weekly, or monthly contribution. It never finish. Savings account day, current account day, fixed deposit save day with better interest, plus including target savings account where you fit take the same money for children's school fees, Christmas or Ileya festival.
True. I been hey my neighbor for market they collect.
You see the reason I'm not so you no need to get account before you enjoy this bountiful opportunity. Workers Church they come Confidence Microfinance Bank Limited. Where the number 156 Ibrahim Taiwo Road opposite GT Bank, Taiwoke, Ilorin. Some of them call on 09037 02 3015 or make you reach them on www.confidencebank.ng. Confidence Microfinance Bank.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It is still the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilori. And this morning, the first story we're talking about is the report by the United Nations on drugs and crime. They released their global cocaine report, and it highlighted that Nigeria played a significant role in smuggling activities across West Africa and North Africa. We've also established the fact that these drugs, this illicit drugs, comes into Nigeria, also passes through Nigeria, through the major airports, land borders, and seaports. We also note that the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, that is the NDLEA, is doing a lot. In September 2022, they seized 1.8 tons of cocaine said to be worth 194 billion naira. That's a lot of money. But despite this effort, we're still having the problem still persists. Now, what is the agency not doing right? What else do they need to do? What more efforts do they need to put in? Then you also mentioned stricter punishments for offenders. What kind of punishments are we talking about? What kind of punishments do you think would dissuade people willing to go into that crime, or people who are already in the business, from doing it?
Death penalty. You see, well, somebody who takes drug, cocaine is addictive. It's not just addictive. It affects you physiologically. In fact, your nerves will rise higher than before. Let's not deceive ourselves. Anybody who engages in cocaine, taking through any means, and is majorly for stimulants, which makes it illegal and illicit, that person should not see the light of the day. Because one thing, what it does is that...
Are you talking about the use or the sale now?
Both the sale and the
use.
use.
The users as well.
Yes, because for you to sell something that will kill people or later make people misbehave in the society, you are not supposed, because the truth is that when they put you in prison, I can tell you for free, because part of my training is also intelligence. I'm very good in security of intelligence of the nation, because I intentionally went for that. And I discovered that because of my experience in the prison, Nigerian prison, I've gone there to train these officers and wardens, even the prisoners, the inmates. I've been a teacher of the inmates. So I had experience of what goes on in the prison. When people who actually were arrested to take drug, when they take it, do you know that they still take this drug right there in the prison? It is not that somebody will tell me that I have evidence. And I can tell anyone that in Nigerian prison today, when they sentence some people, do you know that they still bring in some of these substances to the prison? And how did they get in? That's what I'm saying. The warders, in one way or the other, connive with these guys. They plan it such that, these people make a lot of money from this.
And you have evidence of this.
What I am telling you, I can say it is not that. In fact, if you want me to name even the particular prison, I can do that, because I am not talking without. You see, in this country, we shouldn't be deceiving ourselves that, do you have evidence? Not all of us doesn't have evidence.
But it's good. It's better to ask.
Yes.
In case
it is better to ask.
In case the government is asking,
yes,
be able to provide.
I can, and I will do, because the truth is that we've been using that to cow people down, not to talk. Let's say it.
All right. Now, so what is the agency not doing? What do they need to do? What more efforts do they need?
For the agency, they should be really. They should face their job to correct it. They do not want to be. They do not want to be partisan or political or sentimental. They want to face it, whatever it will take. If it will take that at the end of the day you achieve your aim to at least reduce it, because you cannot stop it completely, because whether we like it or not, the people in power, they have a way of working their way around it. So why I'm saying this is that whatever you can do to reduce it to the barest minimum is what we want to do now. All these cases of the money, the one they seized, at the end of the day, I've said it here, that we should check, how does it end? Let me just tell you the truth. The agencies are really doing a lot. NDLEA is one of the agencies in this country that, for now, they are very serious, because they have a serious leader. That's why we talk of leadership. And some will say we should not talk of leadership, citizen. No, leaders first. Because when you have a good leader, that leader will correct a lot of things. And that's what the current man is doing.
All right.
So they are doing a lot, but they should get stricter. They should not be biased. They should not be afraid. Whether, even if it is anybody in power, even the one that appointed you, that you notice anybody in his family or himself or anybody carry this thing or is using this drug, let the person face the wrath of the law. And to the end, instantly that person should be prosecuted.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Zil. Let's take some reactions via Facebook before we move on to the second topic for the day. You can drop your comments on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM, YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin, or send us messages via WhatsApp 091 3655 6864 or text messages 09136556864. What do you think needs to be done to ensure that we rid our society of illicit drugs, the abuse, the sale in whatever form? What can be done? 09136556952. That is the number to call, or 080 I'm trying to go through some of the messages that I have here, but keep them coming in. 09136556864. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I am Bamidele. I'm speaking from Lamodi.
All right, Bamidele from Lamodi. Good to have you on the program. Please go ahead.
Bless you. Yes. Give him long life and happiness. Let me tell you, this is the best analysis I've ever had on your review. You know, there's a common saying in Yoruba that it is the head that gives snakes recognition. Once the head is not there, you will not be afraid of snakes. Our problem in Nigeria is leadership. But in NDLA issue, I see that the leadership doesn't end with the Director General. Like you said, Marwa is doing his best. But his best is not good enough because the government is not helping him. Let me tell you, Nigerians are so daring that even in Saudi Arabia, where the punishment is, beheading, they are still trying to import cocaine to the area. But the thing is not only cocaine, as your analyst is saying. All the problem we are having is because of these hard drugs. Let me tell you. But the solution, whoever wants to contest election, whoever wants to be appointed from council to president, whatever position, let them go for them. That will be the only solution. Without that, let me tell you, I don't pray for it. Nigeria may become Mexico. Drugs everywhere. You can't tell me you don't know where they are selling their hands in the area. Everybody know every place. We know the sellers, we know the buyers, we know where they are smoking, and we are headed.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Bamdele. Now, he's saying that everyone knows. I don't know where they sell it. But he says everyone knows where they sell it. But why is it that if, according to him, people know where they sell it, why are they still operating? Why are these people still running the businesses in limelight, in broad daylight, and nothing is happening?
Because they are settling them. They are settling the people that are supposed to correct it.
All right, let's take more contributions. 09136556952 08000888787. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Mr. Isa from Temidire.
All right, Mr. Isa, it's good to have you on the program.
Yeah, I agree in a part that our leader has problems. But we as a nation, because our leader, they did not jump from heaven, they are from among us.
All right.
With the society. Because this leadership we are talking about, they will come and go. But we appoint other people and we still complain about the leadership. There's a problem within the society. Other developed countries, if their leaders are doing fine, because that means that the society is decent. But look at how our society is. Look at the kind of people we have in the state that we are supposed to go to that leadership. We don't just look at leadership. We have to look at the society itself. Right. How do we behave? How do we do things within ourselves? So we now talk of the leadership. Yes, leadership has a role. But the society themselves will also have a role to play. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This one here says, good morning, Bisola, and your host, Dr. Zale. My name is Engineer Gambel from Tankil Kildo. Brigadier General Buba Marwa is really trying, but judiciary is not helping. Thousands of cases are pending, and those suspects are being billed and still continue their illegal businesses. All kidnappings, terrorism, banditry, thuggery, armed robbery, ritualism, rape, and many illegal atrocities are caused by hard drugs. I really support fast and urgent death penalty for anyone caught smoking, selling, or abetting it. God bless Nigeria.
Good.
Oh, all right. 09136556864 or 8880887. Now that you're advocating for, okay, we have a call. Hello, good morning. All right, now that you're advocating for death penalty for people who use them too, let's not forget that in certain situations, some people have found themselves in this situation because of probably peer pressure, one way or the other. Are you also saying that the same punishment should be meted out to people who use them?
There is no excuse or ignorance before the law. The law, you see, in Nigeria, we manipulate so many things. So manipulation is our problem in this country. If we can stop manipulating, if I find myself, me here, Dr. Zeal, or let me call myself Doctor, I was after education, Zeal, Olatunmosu Ogumake, if I'm caught with drug, whether mistakenly or by mistake, I should be killed. I deserve to die. So set it as deterrent for others.
All right. So including the
whether people like the word death or not, it's not the issue. Let there be discipline. You see, in this country, a father sees his son or daughter abusing drug. He say, hey, biology, father to son feeling. Which feeling? Your child is doing evil. Instead of you to say no immediately and stop it, whatever punishment that should be given should be given. It will now graduate to the level whereby it will become so bad. That's why the man that says society, leadership is also in the society. There is leadership at home. Let the society also do the leadership in the society well, which is from family.
But some people have also said in certain quarters that leadership, our leader is a reflection of who we are as a people.
I agree. Leadership at all levels. We are not talking of political leaders alone. See, leadership is not just political. That's why some persons, when we say political leaders, because they are the one ruling. But we are talking of even like in every organization, there are leaders there. What they do affects the organization. If the leadership of this organization that we are now, if they don't want Dr. Z to be here, I will not be here. The same thing, everybody. So leadership matters. So if we don't want things to be done, the leaders in every facet, even in the society, father, mother, everybody, the church leaders, all leaders in everywhere, we should all try to say no to evil, drug abuse everywhere, not patch it.
All right. This one says, good morning, Dr. Zil. When you were introduced, I knew you would link it with the government. I think there is no government that operates outside our constitution. On the issue of drug smuggling, what has our constitution said about it? Our representatives need to come out with laws to check it. In North Korea, they have the punishment in their laws. Whatever punishment we're thinking should go into our law. Dr. Zil always talks about the rule of law. I'm surprised as if he does not want law again. Okay, I don't understand that part, but that's from Isa Mohammed from Ilorin.
I don't know what he's talking about.
The last part, you would have to explain it. You can send us another message, but hey, you can still send in your reactions via WhatsApp or text to 9136556864. We need to go on a short timeout. We will be back.
ara ríro kò sí mọ́ àwọn ká ti sá lọ àrùnmọ́lẹ́gùn ẹ̀yìn dídùn làkúrẹ́ ìgbé wọ́n ti lọ wá bí wọ́n sí kára o lè pé bàmù rẹ̀ àtòrà dáadáa.
kókó lára ọ̀tá le gbéra ńlẹ̀ kó dìde kára o lè pè ń bá àtòrà wọ̀ àtòrà pẹ̀sẹ̀ àtòrà dáadáa kẹ́gun tó kẹ́gun náà kára o yá gágá ara ń ronú tẹ́lẹ̀ kò ronú mọ́ tẹ̀ bá ti fi kára o lè pè ń bá ra lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọnú igun tó sì ń ṣe àtúntò rẹ̀ òṣùbù yẹ̀kẹ́ fa párọ̀ tàbí fi ẹsẹ̀ dá fi kára o lè pè ń bá wọ̀ káì ara rẹ̀ ó lè padà yakinlala action ó jẹ́ àwọ̀ká àròmọ̀lẹ́gun làkú ègbé ara ríro tàbí ẹ̀yìn dídùn kára o lè pè ń bá lọ́kọ̀ gbogbo wọn agbára pọ̀ kára ó lè pè ń bá. Tuyi Pharmaceutical Industries Limited àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi ká po oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é kára ó lè pè ń bá. ẹ̀rọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ pín ìrèpàtú òpèrè ta pàtà pọ́npọ́n kára ó lè pè ń bá. ó kì í síbẹ̀.
kára ó lè pè ń bá mú rẹ̀ àtòrà dáadáa.
The federal government, through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, announces the availability of COVID-19 and childhood vaccines nationwide. With the disturbing increase in reported cases of COVID-19 infections across Nigeria, protect yourself and loved ones from the harmful virus by getting vaccinated. Visit the nearest public or private health facility and mass vaccination sites today to receive the first, second, or booster doses of COVID-19 vaccines. COVID-19 vaccines are given to persons 18 years and above, including pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers, while childhood vaccines are given to children from birth to 5 years for protection against polio, hepatitis, yellow fever, measles, meningitis, and other vaccine-preventable diseases. All vaccines are free, safe, and effective. For inquiries, visit www.nphcda.gov.ng or call 0700-220-1122.
This message is brought to you by the National Primary Health Development Agency in collaboration with the Nigeria Red Cross Society with support from the Africa CDC SLL program.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
All right, we're still taking reactions on the program. It is still the Diamond Breakfast Show, and this morning we're talking about the UNODC report, its Global Cooking Report for 2023, saying that Nigeria has been highlighted to play a significant role in smuggling activities across West Africa and North Africa. It is a very shocking and surprising report, and very sad, I must say. But hey, we're looking for solutions here. We'd like to know what is the way forward. What can we do to get out of this situation that we're in? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Davis calling from Shao.
All right, Mr. Davis. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I greet my elder in the house.
Thank you, sir.
He has done a lot of things this morning. And I totally agree with him on almost everything he has said. You see, I think the major, two or three things I want to mention is that our traditional rulers, they are contributing to all these things. Because they were the people conferring traditional titles on all these drug pushers. That's number one. The government is not doing enough. I remember vividly in 1995 when Escobar left Bogota in Colombia for Italy. He was hidden in Naples. He stayed there for almost 2 years. But he was traced and arrested, living in a field. He was brought back to Bogota. He was punished accordingly. El Chapo is now in prison in U.S. When he was arrested in Mexico, on 3 occasions, he escaped from the tunnel. But now when he was arrested last year, he was brought back to the U.S.
All right.
A special place was manufactured for him to stay. You see, if the government is serious, I think the capital punishment is the only way out, as it was done by Buhari's Diagman regime in 1985.
All right.
Thank
you, Mr. Davis. Thank you. Keep your reactions coming in via text or WhatsApp 091-3655-6864. Let's quickly move on to the second story, and this is the state of insecurity in Nigeria. It's a major talking point in this Buhari administration. As May 29 approaches, different stakeholders have been calling on the president-elect to ensure that he has a solid plan to tackle insecurity across the country. But before we dive into that, let's quickly take, in just a few minutes, let's take your assessment of Buhari's performance in the area of security.
In the area of security,
how far has he fared?
For me, is one of the parts, the area that I will say, one of the areas that I will say, it pained me so much that we have an ex-general as our president who actually used that security, being an ex-general, to woo us for us to vote for him in 2015. It's just that he could not use that again in 2019. Then he found his way back there. Why I'm saying this is that he did not perform well. From the first set of chief of whatever staff, this, at the end of the day, we even lost one of them. Which shows that if we look at it, there is this thing Garuba Shehu and other people that are working for him always say to praise him, that was not where they met. What they met was not what is going on. In fact, it is true, they are right. But for me, I will tell them that they are very correct, because it's now worse. It's now having different type of names under this administration, where you now have bandits, You now have them called unknown gunmen. We have different type of names. So if you look at it, you cannot be telling me that an ex-general who claim to be disciplined, and he can say people should be ruthless sometimes, because he has used that word in one of his expressions. Only for election, people should be ruthless. But when it comes to Boko Haram, ruthlessness will not really be applied. I want to tell you, the successes that we expected, we have not achieved it under this administration in terms of security, and we're supposed to have it achieved more, because he happens to be an ex-general, and I'm so surprised that during his time now, these things are now like subpedaled, and sometimes I begin to ask myself, what is really going on? Is it that because if you look at it, it's not about Borno State alone now, it's not almost everywhere. Nigerians are more afraid. In terms of, in fact, we are now insecure more than ever before.
All right. Now, what is your expectation from the incoming government? This administration is winding down in a couple of weeks, and another administration will be sworn in.
Yes.
What is your expectation in terms of insecurity? Because it's something that has affected every part of the country. Everyone is concerned about it.
Yes.
What should the government, what blueprint should they have in place to ensure that the lives and properties of people are safer?
You know, because it's still the same party that brought the person that is there back. I mean, the person that is there, that is all the different name, but they are from the same party. I'm not expecting anything different.
Why do you say so?
Because they are from the same mother. And the person coming now is not even an ex-general. If an ex-general cannot perform, do you now expect someone who is a civilian, who does not even understand it the way it should be? Let me tell you, let's not deceive ourselves in this country. Not that he can't do it, but because they are from the same political party. It's just their names that are not the same. They have the same, in one way or the other, they share the same ideology in terms of because when the man was there, I've never heard the current man that he won, the president-elect, complained that, oh, this is not the way, like some of us are complaining. I've never heard him. He's rather silent. Now is his turn. For me, I want to tell you, I'm not, fingers crossed, I'm not expecting anything, not only in security. I'm just waiting. Maybe it will be better. For me, the reason why I'm saying so is that I know the person that is coming.
But this is a new administration. This is a new person taking over entirely.
Yes.
Shouldn't we have high hopes, at least? Shouldn't we be optimistic to expect that something good will definitely come out of this?
In terms of that, personally, I left my hope with God. But you see, when it comes to somebody coming from any political party, not just APC, anyone, I will just put my hope in God. I don't want to put it in any renewed hope or anything. The reason is because they were together, and things happened that way. This time around, let me just tell you, except God himself touch him to do otherwise. And let me tell you, God is not a political God. He will allow you. If you do well, fine, you face it. If you do the other one, because the truth is that if we are suffering killings and insecurity, we did not hear even the president-elect complain before now. So is it now that we now expect him? No, we cannot. So for me, I'm not putting hope. Whatever he does, we know that another government will come later. Right. Because that is the way it will be.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Zil. Let's take some reactions via WhatsApp, calls or text messages. 0800887-887. That is the number to call, or 913-655-6952. You can also call that number or send us text or WhatsApp 091-3655-6864. We're also live on Facebook. Hello, good morning.
Madam.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Davis calling again.
All right, Mr. Davis.
You see, on the issue of security, it is because the political will is not there by the present occupant of Pasoro.
Okay.
Maybe it is because it has been tagged that most of this insecurity are caused by his own kinsmen. You see, because it can only get well in Nigeria until when the Nigerian government let the ECOWAS members know that the ECOWAS protocol of free movement is creating more harm than good to Nigeria. Because most of these terrorists, most of these bandits, they are the janjaweeds from all these Niger, Chad, Burkina Faso, Mali, and other countries. Why is it that the insecurity is not that worse in the south? except for isolated cases of killing police or that. Why is it that it's only in the north that all these things is happening? Well, you should continue to hope and pray that the incoming government, well, God should use him. Because there's nothing God cannot use. But if what he has done, if he's silent before now, he's trying to go back, then we should not expect anything. But we should still have hope.
All right.
As Naida said in the house.
All right, Mr. Davis, thank you. What is the way forward? What should we expect from this incoming administration? What blueprints do you think they should have as they are about to take over the government on May 29? What things should they have in place to ensure that we have better security in the country? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Samuel from Abode.
All right, Samuel. Go ahead, please.
I want to talk about the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. Firstly, although everybody is entitled to their own opinion,
all right,
2 plus 2 is 4, but not all students can solve an equation. So, but the issue of new government now, I think I'm expecting them to do more better because the title of the agitation is New Hope. And everybody knows that the present government have failed us.
All right.
So I think the new government will do better. I'm very optimistic about that.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. This one says, what we need now is to promulgate a law that will pass death sentence on every offender. We should create a special court. This is from Comrade Hussein Saka from Lao area, Ilorin, and that's on the first topic we discussed this morning. And hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Taisa is calling back again.
Okay, Mr. Taisa.
The issue of insecurity, yes, the government has not actually done enough. But we ourselves, insecurity is a general responsibility. It doesn't know. Somebody was saying it from your studio, he said, it's because he's paying tax and government must protect him. Yes, he must be protected. But you are paying tax. Does government attach a police person to you? So if insecurity is a general responsibility, you must let people know what is going on in your environment. As I'm sitting down, there's no police here. If anything is happening here, we'll have to shouting the government. If anything happens and I did not talk, I did not say anything, we'll have to shouting government.
All right, Mr. Issa. Hold on, Mr. Issa. Mr. Issa, so how do you protect yourself as a citizen? Is it your duty to protect yourself?
Yes, as I'm sitting down now, I saw strange things. I went to police place, so I saw this strange movement. I don't know what it means. I've also done it in the side. I saw something happening in the bush. I went to station there. I said, look, I see something happening here. And they went there, they took care of it. I don't just go to my house and say, because I'm paying tax, I think things happen, I will not make noise. It's a collective responsibility. And we must play our role, even for this new government. I believe they will do, if we play our role, they will achieve something.
All right.
I'm highly optimistic.
All right, thank you, Mr. Issa. 08000 or 09136556952. Good morning, Dr. Zil. Okay, Dr. Zil said whoever is caught with illicit drugs should be killed, but he didn't refer to the judicial process. That's what I meant by that. All right. Okay, that's Issa Mohammed. He was trying to clarify what he said in his last statement the other time. All right, we have this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, good morning.
God bless your guest.
All right, go ahead, please.
You see, why the insecurity, became higher has to do with nepotism. I remember we read in the newspaper the other day that some people who were arrested for insurgency, taken to Lagos State, were released. And they were telling their full image that they were released because their brother will be leaving the office very soon. So, you look at it, during Jonathan's time, apology to Jonathan, the insecurity was reduced to Borno and part of UB. But now everywhere in Nigeria, no farmer could go to farm. So it's what? As for the incoming president,
yes,
I agree with your guest. But what I know is that as a Yoruba man, he will fear after tenure, criticism. There will be a lot of change. So anybody who say that we have to protect that, how do I protect? Let me give you an example. Some boys were gathering in my area. Everybody did media this time at night. I went and reported to police. Do you know those boys, they attacked me? Because no repercussion. We don't limit it to insurgency and so on. But like what is happening in Ilorin, they said yesterday, courts were operating. Why can't police stop that one? Why can't people in the area stop it? So the insecurity is a very serious issue that we must look at. That's what is affecting our economy. It's affecting no food because no farmer can go to farm.
All right, Bam.
Very unfortunate.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that call. We have more reactions here, but we need to quickly run through the last topic for the day. And this is about the ongoing crisis in Sudan. It is another low for Africa as the country is embroiled in internal conflicts that could have been resolved without violence. The clash between the federal military forces and the paramilitary forces have left many dead and so many injured. And we have seen cases of countries evacuating their nationals, their citizens from that country. Now, let me quickly take your assessment of the conflict in Sudan going on at this point in time.
Senseless conflict. It makes no sense. Why should you power tussle? Who should be in charge? No, you, not me. So, but that, you understand? See, let me tell you, African leaders should be careful. In fact, world leaders should be careful. What they are doing, God will ask them. Because you want to you want to use your power, vent your anger, then people must die. Just because you want to control. It makes no sense. And I want to tell you, God has a lot to judge. Because because of just two individual, and by the time you look at it, the blood in their body cannot even take for 2 or 3, and you are now killing so many people. Do you know how many blood they've shed? So it makes no sense. Just for them to something they're supposed to sit down and agree. And what is often causing this is that people are not open to agreements, not just in Sudan, even in Nigeria. People don't like when you talk of agreement, and that's why the best agreement you can ever have is written agreement. And that's why I don't joke with written agreement. Because with written agreement, you can fight it to anywhere. But when it is verbal, it can be changed. And somebody will tell you, I didn't tell you that. I don't know why when I said that. So, and that is it. So that war is needless. It's senseless. It's not necessary. And God will judge them for that.
All right. Now, let's quickly talk about Nigeria's reaction, Nigeria's response to the conflict and its evacuation process. Yes. How have you been able to view it? What is the process like? Is it enough to take people out of that country? Like in the report we read yesterday, we have about 5 million Nigerians living in Sudan, excluding 2,000 Nigerian students who are also studying in Sudan. What can you say about the evacuation process by the Nigerian government to bring our citizens back home or to take them out of that place?
Slow and not proactive. I've never seen a country like Nigeria. You see other countries acting, and you are here speaking English. See, let me tell you, it makes no sense that Nigerians in everything we don't know, and our logo is not elephant or snail, because I've checked our coat of arms. I saw 2 powerful white horses with, you can't say, but why is it that, because if our logo is elephant or snail, maybe I will say that is why we are slow in everything, but we are not slow in corruption. Because if you look at it, in this type of thing, these people's life we're talking about, a life matter. Now, one Nigerian life matter, but in Nigeria, it's not like that, because this thing is slow. By now, it is expected that at least over 3,000 or 4,000 Nigerians supposed to have been back from Sudan, because it's just one country that is in between Nigeria and Sudan.
Okay, but we have heard that this morning they will be evacuating people from that country.
Okay, we heard that yesterday, and we heard that day before. In fact, I watched the Minister of Foreign Affairs said that. So let me tell you this, Nigeria, we should get serious. We should get serious in this country. We are joking with lives. We should not be playing with lives of everybody and everything in this country.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Zell. We have more reactions here. This one says, I disagree with your analyst saying the incoming government will not perform. People that voted for him have trust in him, and if you don't vote for him, don't badmouth him. We have hope in him, and by the special grace of God, it will surprise many that do not have hope in him. Kayode from report. Good morning. This is Otto Footed from Tanki. I greet you, Madam, and the analyst. The government has not done enough. The insecurity has made made lives so difficult in the economy, and many lives have been lost, but it is still caused by the misuse of hard drugs. Public execution is needed on criminals to serve as deterrent to others, but judiciary should be fast in judgment. God bless Nigeria. All right, that's from Auto Footed. Good morning, Diamond FM. As regards the issue of drug substance, I think there is a difference between drug abuse and drug trafficking. The former is as a result of the latter. May we not be forced with circumstances beyond our control. Some people who abuse drugs are not pleased with it themselves, but it is difficult to exit. The government should make coming out of it accessible and free. Some became abusers of it without their intentions. There are several other things we all abuse individually, not until it becomes illegal, till we know that it is difficult to handle. Let experts in this field prefer solution. That's from Tunde. And the next one says, Sudan has been a lawless country for years. At every slight argument, they start killing themselves. God will save them. And that's from Isa Muhammad. Let's see if we can take a couple more calls on the program. 080008787. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Yemi Asajo. I'm calling from Meloni.
All right, good to have you on the program. Go ahead, sir.
I laugh when analysts or commentators sit in the comfort of their room and start blaming Buhari for the state of insecurity in the country. If Buhari had not come in at the time he came in, this country would have been completely taken over by terrorists. Because if Jonathan were to be doing what Buhari is doing now, they would have raised religious sentiment against him that he's killing Muslims. Then, apart from that, what was the state of military equipment at the time Buhari came in? Now, what is the staff strength or the staffing strength of the military?
All right.
With more than 200 million Nigerians, you have less than 1 million security, both paramilitary and military, and you want them to cover the whole country. Let us be fair.
Right.
If you say you don't have trust in Tinubu, well, those of us who voted for him and are praying for him, we have hope in him.
All
and
right.
by the special grace of God, he is going to succeed.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This one says, every life matters. 5 million Nigerians in Sudan. Let's move them to Sambisa Forest. If the Sudanese government asks Nigerians to leave, are we not going to accommodate them? Our government is not productive. They're only interested in power, comfort, and money. Almost all our laws are oppressive to ordinary citizens, and getting judgment in courts takes ages. Some cases are not resolved for over 10 years. Basic responsibilities of government are like security, food, currency, and the likes, all right? And almost every honest citizen begs for sustenance. Nigeria is one of the best countries in the world. That's from Kolade from Asadam. Let's take this call, and then we wrap up on the program. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
all right. Go ahead, please.
We remain slow in handling foreign issues. In as far as NISCOM and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that rivalry. You can see things. W will be saying one thing. The Minister of Foreign Affairs is saying another thing. The rivalry is so open. Nigeria is not organized. Let us have, if we want to have agency, let's have agency. If we want to have ministry, let's have ministry. For having a very powerful agency under the ministry creates unnecessary rivalry, and that is what it's doing.
All right.
That is, yes, change.
All right. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for that contribution. Dr. Zill, we need to go. There are lots of reactions here, but we can't take all of them. Let me take your final thoughts on the issues discussed this morning in just a minute.
Yes, that Nigerians should know that God is still on our side. That's why we are the way we are, not our government too. And let nobody feel that these politicians, they have our good interest at heart. It's anybody who believe in them, who support them, we're fine. That is your own. But the truth is that we can see the reality always stare us in the face, that we can all see, that we cannot continue to live in denial of the fact that things are not going the way they're supposed to go. Instead of going from good, better, and best, it's going somehow from bad to worse because we are not taking action. So for this government that is coming, because I'm no longer talking about the one that is there now, the one that is coming, let the person allow God, Almighty God, to use him. So that he can do the right thing, not because of his political party. Because if we follow his political party, we will cry more. But if you do the right thing according to the way God, remembering that He Himself is creator of God, He does the right thing, then things will be better for
All right, thank you so much. My guest on the program has been Dr. Zil Olatunbosun. He is a public affairs analyst. He's an educationist and a social commentator. Really do appreciate you for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
All right, and this is where we call it a wrap on the Diamond Breakfast Show this morning. Thank you to everyone who called in to contribute and sent in their reactions via our social media platforms and text messages as well. We really do appreciate you. My name is Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Do ensure you have a lovely rest of the day. Ensure that you stay safe as well.
Keep in touch with us from any part of the world. Log on to our website www.diamondfm.net or download our app Diamond FM on Google Play Store or Apple Store.